Welcome, everyone, to College Park, Maryland, home of the Maryland Terrapins. Fans have been eager for this clash coming up in what some affectionately refer to as the Snake Pit. What we have in store for you today, a showdown between a couple of Pac-12 rivals. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the UCF Knights, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Maryland Terrapins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Terrapins will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Wide receiver going in motion. Wilson to pass. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. And here comes the offense on second down. Looking to fire. Here he goes breaking the pocket. It's complete on the right side. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. They'll run it from the gun. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
And those body blows really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs later.
Sends it downfield. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown Knights. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they light up the scoreboard, covering 65 yards on that touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They'll move the wide receiver. Quick pass on the jet motion. Oh, he's got some space. Lowers those pads. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
And the Terrapins, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air, it's Willihan. Trying to set up the screen. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon, and you're seeing that here early.
Working on the right. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the 1st and goal.
Man, he looks looks like he's in a rhythm on this drive, right? 3 for 3. He's going where he needs to go with the football. The defense doesn't have any answers for him. Find the offensive coordinator. I'm letting this guy keep chucking it down here close to the goal line.
A first down run in the red zone. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Maryland!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Wants to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Ashley. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The Knights can really attack on this second and short. Handoff from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
The Knights are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Wilson will throw. Quickly complete. This senior shows some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
Well, man, this quarterback is fast, and you saw that on his ability to scramble around, but he wasn't fast enough to outrun that hit, and it was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Motion from the wideout. Back to pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. Right on target this time. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
This is exactly why this guy is your QB. He does such a great job of buying time, has such great speed, just stresses the defense. What do you want to do? You want to blitz me? Sure, I'm going to scramble outside the pocket, complete the pass. He's just posing so many problems and so many headaches.
Tight end now in motion. They're going to go to the air on third and short. Makes the grab. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. The Knights racing to the line in the hurry-up. From the gun, the ground game. He'll be knocked out of bounds after picking up a few.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Wilson to pass. Pocket breaking down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Looking to throw on third. Extending the play. Fires on the move. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, UCF.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Fires to the right. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
They've methodically worked it down the field. This the 11th play of the drive, but the defense can get off the field now. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. When you knock it off the crossbar, those are the ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
They'll go to the ground. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Leaves it with the running back. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Buys a little time. Got out of trouble and throws. Grabbed near the sticks. It's Jones. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. The Terrapins have it with a 1st and 10.
Get set.
Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll get rid of it. Finds a man on the right. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. It's a reverse. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Looking for space. It's McGee. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. To the air, it's Willihan. It's caught. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Really nice play call there because the defense might have been thinking on 3rd and short in the red zone. They're probably going to run the football. Instead, they throw it, catch them off guard, and now they've got 1st and goal.
And the Terrapins trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. The snap sets up to throw. Touchdown Terrapins! Fitted in the window for the score.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. Auburn has the lead right now, but I'd hold off on that celebration over at Toomer's Corner for the moment. This one is not over. They're up by 7 over Arkansas. Games like these just mean more in the SEC, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should see.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Quick completion on the out route. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. The Knights come to the line in the hurry-up.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
That's caught. It's Robinson. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. He was looking to get the ball farther downfield, but he just had to take what he could before he got drilled.
Sometimes you can look down the field, Reese, but you see that pressure, and it's getting to you. Get rid of the football. You don't want to take the sack. You don't want to lose the yardage and try to let your running back or somebody else make a play out of the backfield.
They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
I think to be a good 3rd down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these 3rd and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have a talent like that to turn around and hand the football off to.
He's going to take off. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Wilson will throw. Sets up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Yeah, those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Good timing on the quick out. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
And on that out route, 3rd down, guys, you just want to see a little bit better execution. You want to see more depth on the route. You want to see a little bit more of an accurate throw so he doesn't have to come back and fight for it, so that we can pick up the first down a lot easier. A little bit better by the quarterback and receiver, and as a result, they do get the catch, but it sets up 4th and short.
The Knights come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. Send the tight end in motion. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Snap to the back. Turning it on. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Back has it. Under fire. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Offense scoops it up and still going. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
Quarterback may change this route. Looking downfield, it's Willihan. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And he gets the foot down. It's a catch deep along the left sideline.
Well, it didn't take long for this guy to leave his impact in the game, guys. With that catch, this guy's already over 100 yards in the game, and we're not even done the first half.
The Terrapins will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Jones.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
And the Terrapins in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Jones. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. This quarterback part of their running game. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Pulls it in. It's Haynes. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Maryland!
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The give to the back. It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Wilson to pass. He's got him in the flat. To the 43-yard line and a 1st down for this offense. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Caught behind the line. It's Robinson. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Throws to the back. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Going deep. Got it inside the 10. Touchdown, UCF! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14.
That makes the score Maryland 21, UCF 14.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Johnson. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Might be changing the route. Back to pass, it's Willihan. Makes the grab on the left. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Terrapins moving quickly to the line. Breaks the tackle. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. To the air on first down. Back open in the middle. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. And the Terrapins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, if at first you succeed, try again. They've already linked up twice for touchdown passes, so no question the quarterback here still in the first half looking for his go-to guy, but you got to give the defense credit there. They were expecting it, and they were able to make sure that one fell incomplete.
Here comes the heat. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
Got his man on the right. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Looking downfield on first down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Dropping back, it's Willihan. Release to the back. Got his man on the right. And they swarm him under. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. That is no good. and the margin remains at 7 after the miss. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Knights will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's moved. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking downfield, it's Willihan. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. From the gun, wants to pass. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Can't make the grab, in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down, doesn't convert this time. The Terrapins will punt it away on 4th down. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Looking left. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Love the coverage on the back end. The defenders staying right by the receiver in the intended target, and as a result, that ball's incomplete.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Wide open downfield. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Using the quick game. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And what a nice play by the DB. You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball that quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job getting a hold of him, getting him on the ground for no gain.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Wants to throw again. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Wilson will throw. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Nestled just inside that right upright. That'll bring him to within 4. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, rivalry game in the SEC. Of course, that's almost redundant in that league. But check this out. Vanderbilt is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Doors fans wanted. But a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is. Each
touchdown Terrapins! Stealing a score on special teams. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
And those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No, 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 no. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UCF has it once again. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Robinson. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against...
It's picked off. That's number 10.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Looking to throw, it's Willihan. Fires to the big fella. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. Let's see what they've got on second down. They'll move the tight end. Back to pass on second down. Looking to buy time. Complete to the right. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2 possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws.
Breaks into the open. Got some room into the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Maryland! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Firing to the right, complete. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but, man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
Well, nice job by the defense. They're playing with a big lead. They know the offense has to throw it, and they are inviting throws over the middle of the field, knowing they can break on these passes and maybe pick one off. Offense lucky that wasn't a turnover.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Takes a hit as he fires. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every 4th down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are in the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call.
There he goes. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31.
And the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
They're setting up the screen. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the 1st down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
The offense down to the 25 now, 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Willihan. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Now improvising. On the run, deep down the right side. And they won't make the connection, going for the big play.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Slings it downfield. Intercepted for the 11th time this season.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quick completion on the out. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Knights want to crank the tempo.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now, get ready for another one.
Wilson to pass. Bringing the heat. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Knights. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Give to the running back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Trying to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. This should be the last play of the quarter. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll run it to the left looking for the end zone. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UCF! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
They'll go for 2 here and try to climb within a field goal late. Wilson will throw. Now adjusting. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and that could be big as it draws them to within a field goal. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Moon. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the fourth quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
Got an open man. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
That's just like a penalty. They get in the backfield and knock him down for a loss of 5.
Loss of 6.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections. But the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead. And a lot of times for a loss and put the offense in a bind.
And the Terrapins now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Haynes. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Hey, man, if you're going to make plays like that on slant throws, you got to be able to make catches in traffic. Good, strong hands by the wide out there on the slant.
Back to throw, it's Willihan. Catch in the middle, it's Norris. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Facing 4th down.
Wants to adjust the pattern. On 4th down, looking to pass. Caught close to the marker, it's Haynes.
You know, you always talk about risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on 4th down right there and getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
The Terrapins will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Bought a little time, lets it go. Pulls it in with one hand. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing, you're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical 3rd down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. It's 1st down from the 11. Here we go. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Terrapins!
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Man, it just means more in the SEC. And take a look at how things are playing out here. Tennessee has just had no answers today. Both sides of the ball look like all the smoggy smoke on Rocky Top has been in their eyes since kickoff. They're trailing by 17 to LSU. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wilson to pass. Buys a little time with his feet. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. Looking to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Robinson. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here's a throw downfield late. And here's the 3rd interception of the night.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation, trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Line getting set on second down. They can stop the clock a couple more times, and they need to get it back fast, down 2 possessions as the clock keeps winding down. Timeout called by the defense, 29 seconds to go. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Motion from the back. Snap to the back. Caught in the backfield. It's Willingham. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. Direct snap. Grab near the marker. It's Willingham. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game. He's been throwing bullets all over the field.
Plenty of fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
Yeah, it's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways.